blazing ropes are tight. Mike's alive and the takes ignite. From the locker room to the main event, James and Aaron got some message to send. No holds barred, no filters here. They drop pipe bombs in your ear. With every slam, with every cheer, they bring the heat crystal clear. It's the Savage Wrestling Podcast. The bell rings loud, the legends clash. James Warrior Jr. and Aaron Baker Wright. Through power bombs and heel turns white. Raise your horns, feel the blast. This is the Savage Wrestling Podcast. They call out fakes and praise the greats. From indie kings to Hall of Fame plates. Breaking kayfabe, truth on the track. No sugarcoat, just suplex fact. Tales from the road and rivalries burn. Championship dreams and tables turn. Feel the pop, the passion, the fire. They're the tag team that never tires. Sage talk, it's a war zone. You step in the ring, better hold your own. James brings the news. Aaron hits you with the truth. They body slam the toxic guy you seek all night. This is the Savage Wrestling Podcast. Dropkick shootings never outclassed. James and Aaron calling it straight. Legends are born at this podcast gate. Blood, sweat, stories that last. All in the Savage Wrestling Podcast. Savage Wrestling Podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Golly, Jesus, we got 52 people in here. This is the most we've had in a live stream in a long time. If you don't know who I am by now, you're going to know. My name is Aaron Baker. I have officially been a wrestling fan for a full 15 years today, celebrating that. If you haven't heard the story before, I'll give you a quick synopsis. The first wrestling event that I saw was the Monday Night Raw where the Nexus debuted, and it's kind of been an addiction ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight was quite the show, I will say, quite the show. Couple of matches I'll be honest with you, I didn't really like. And unfortunately, one of them was Dominic Mysterio and Octagon Jr. Listen, one match has got to take like the one match I didn't like spot. So might as well just go ahead and get this out of the way, and let's talk about SmackDown. If you guys have any comments, I will be able to see them. So yeah, let's talk about. Well, actually, you know what? Let's talk about Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide. I'm going to be honest with you. If you've listened to the show before, I haven't been really excited to watch WWE for the last couple of weeks because I felt that, we've gotten all this interference and everything else. And I felt that it's kind of boring and lazy. And I'll get into that when we talk about the men's Money in the Bank, because I can't bitch. I cannot bitch about any of the interference that happened on this show, because they all told a story as I'm sitting here with the post show on in the background. And once you know who won the pony, the WWE got everybody. They got the IWC, they got me and my host James, my co-host James, and they got the dirt sheets. Everybody thought that R-Truth was leaving the company, and we all crashed out on X, and Everybody was chanting, "We want truth," all week. And it finally culminated in our truth costing John Cena the tag team match with him and Logan Paul and Jay Uso taking on Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes. Also of note, actually, sorry, I have ADHD, so I will go and circle around things. So I do apologize, and I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. Worlds Collide, I thought was a really excellent show. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, put eyeballs on some of the top stars in AAA. And I will tell you right now, one of my favorite luchadors in AAA is Psycho Clown. Um, I've watched AAA when I can and when I can catch it on well, the illegal means, because I live here in the States and we don't get AAA on a regular basis, so we kind of have to find a way to either watch it on television or do like a streaming site or whatever the fuck. But I thought that, Worlds Collide was a really good show. Mr. Iguana is an internet sensation overnight. Everybody loves the iguana. They think it's the greatest thing. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Mr. Iguana from AAA. Um, so yeah, Mr. Iguana is an overnight sensation. Vikingo, he retains the AAA Mega Championship over Chad Gable. So yeah, the day started off really, really good with a solid showing of AAA. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be honest with all of you that are watching right now. If you haven't watched before, I stick to my opinions and convictions, and um, some of the opinions you might not agree with, and that's perfectly fine. We could always have a civil discourse. I always welcome civil discourse. I don't really like how X is with people not understanding. Sometimes I say shit as a joke, and other times I'm just looking for interaction on, especially with Air Gold. He was talking about that he didn't like this men's Money in the Bank, and I asked him why. Hasn't really responded to what he didn't like about the match. I just think that whoever he wanted didn't win, or whatever was the case. Um, I will say, guys, I am a little underprepared. I'm currently using my phone for StreamYard, so I don't want to like try to look at the links. Well, try to go to like a different link and then it fuck up the stream and everything. So if you give me a couple of minutes and we could, one of the big things that, well, one of the really good things that I did like about Worlds Collide is that it really told you in between matches the history of AAA, and you got to see, familiar faces. Ooh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I just saw some breaking news. I will say the breaking news. If you attended Money in the Bank, um, I hope you guys get back home safely, because LA is not a good place to be right now. There are some anti-ICE demonstrations that have gone south. The president, Donald Trump, has called in the National Guard to downtown LA and some of the surrounding areas of LA. So if you are going home from Money in the Bank, please get there safe. We don't want anybody to get hurt. I promise you that. This country is in a really shitty fucking place right now, and it's got me really paranoid of what's to come. But that's not the show. This isn't the show for this. We're not going to talk about politics and wrestling, but I just wanted to put that out there that if you're going home from Money in the Bank, please be very careful if you live in the downtown LA area. So, as we talk right here, we're going to talk about Worlds Collide, which I didn't know was the name for the first AAA pay-per-view, which was really cool. We got to see a lot of familiar faces. All right, so we have. All right, all right. I am now where I need to be. All right, so the first match of the night was Octagon Jr. versus Aerostar versus Mr. Iguana. They defeated the Latino World Order. Thank you, Yahoo Sports, for uh, uploading all your fucking pictures, you sons of bitches. Da, 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 da. Oh, of course it's having a problem. So okay, all right. I got it. So, like I said earlier, Mystery Iguana has become an overnight sensation, and I don't think WWE is ready to be selling iguana puppets. But if they start selling iguana puppets, just listen, guys. We're all wrestling fans, whether you like somebody or not. Let's help Mr. Iguana, and go support AAA if you're in Mexico. You know that it's a big deal. But support AAA any way that you can. If you did like Worlds Collide and want to see more of this. So they defeated the Latino World Order. If Yahoo Sports would stop acting a fool. Wow. Okay. You guys are gonna have to give me a second. My internet is not cooperating today. And then I think the next match was so after the match. I'll do this. I'll do it this way. After the match, we see Dominic and Octagon Jr. get in the ring. Well, Dominic talks about his dad, which is like Octagon Jr.'s like hero and shit, and ends up setting up a match for Money in the Bank with the Intercontinental Championship on the line. I'm trying to. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. It's been a fucking long day of wrestling. And then I know that we had a fatal four-way for the NXT North American Championship, which I honestly thought Javon Evans was going to go over, but I think that WWE is high on um, whatever plans they have with Ethan Page, and I'm all here. I'm all here. Jesus Christ. I'm all here for it. That okay. For some reason that didn't sound right in my head, but I'm here for it, is what I'm trying to say. So next match was Stephanie Vicaire and Lola Vice versus Cheek Tormenta and Dallas via pinfall in 9 minutes and 35 seconds. Um, Pretty good match. We got to see Double Devil's Kiss with Stephanie Vicaire and Lola Vice that broke the IWC Gooners. And then next was this was probably my favorite match besides the main event of Worlds Collide. Uh, Legado del Fantasma, which is Santos Escobar, Angel, and Berto, defeated El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown via pinfall in a six-man tag match in 15 minutes. I will say the one negative that I do have on this match, and I made a mental note of it so I could remember when I decided to do this thing. Pagano looked like he was very nervous, and it felt like he missed a couple of spots. But I'm not going to hold that against him. But I do want to see more of everybody that is on this show. And then next we had the Fatal Four-Way match for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page defeating Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix via pinfall. Javon Evans is not human. It's non-human. There's no way. There's no way this man is human. No way this man is human. And I think the WWE needs to push him to the moon. Dude is just, every time he's just a human highlight reel. Just put the NXT title on him, or put the NXT North American Championship on him, something. And then in the main event, as I mentioned before, El Hijo del Vikingo defeated Chad Gable for the AAA Mega Championship. And I have to tell you, I knew that Vikingo was special because I am also an AEW fan. If you want to hold that against me, go for it. I really don't care. I like what I like. And I was like, okay, this dude is a lock to be in AEW. And somewhere down the road, I don't know what fucking happened, but I thought that he was a lock to be in AEW. And here he is on a WWE program doing things that only Vikingo could do. Oh my lord. I forget. I think it's a six. He does some kind of fucking flip. It's not a 450, but it's a six something. And it's just unreal. Unreal. I give Worlds Collide a solid three out of five. And if you've been a listener to the show, you know that I do my scaling. Actually, I do my show scaling out of 10. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Um, Actually, you know what? No, I'll give it an 8. I really liked Worlds Collide. Really liked Worlds Collide. But moving on, we're going to talk about Money in the Bank. So we kick off Money in the Bank with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And I saw a lot of mixed reaction to this match. A lot of people thought that Rhea Ripley was a for sure lock to win the Money in the Bank. I didn't think Julia was going to win it. I wanted, honestly, Roxanne Perez or Alexa Bliss. But the person that deserved it the most was Naomi. Hate me if you will, but she deserves to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, I will say I did like the men's Money in the Bank ladder match a lot more because it was a little more physical. They did a lot more with the ladders, and that's understandable. We're trying to figure out. And speak of the devil, if you're watching the post show while you are listening to me or whatever, Mrs. Money in the Bank has joined the post show commentary table. So she wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. The match lasted 25 minutes and 15 seconds. And I think I'm going to actually change my... No, actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Really, really solid opener, guys. I mean, the women did what the women had to do here. Again, I wanted Roxanne Perez or Alexa Bliss, but let's be honest, the person that deserved it the most, the person that has been working her ass off over the last couple of months is fucking Naomi. Next match on the card, which wasn't really my favorite, it was about five. It was a 5 minute match, pretty much. Dominic Mysterio retains his Intercontinental Championship. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was kind of barely paying attention in this match. I was trying to order some food. I got a little hungry, and it's no fault of Dom's, and it's no fault of Octagon Juniors. I'm blaming it on the Munchies. I predicted that Dom was going to win the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, and unfortunately, I am so fucking upset of how they're booking him right now. Like, let's just cut to the chase with the Judgment Day. Let's just reveal that Finn has been causing all the issues in the Judgment Day. Let's just get to this Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor match that everybody's been rumored is going to be happening. Let's just get to that and see where we can go from there. And then the next match, which I thought was the match of the night until the men's Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch defeats Lyra Valkyria in a last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Had Becky Lynch lost, if you guys remember the stipulation, had Becky Lynch lost, she would have never been able to challenge for the title again for as long as Lyra was champion, which was kind of an obvious indicator that she was winning. And since Valkyria lost, she was forced to raise Lynch's hand and acknowledged her as the better woman. And Becky Lynch milked the fuck out of this. Milked it. Like, her ego got stroked. Her ego got stroked here. She had Lyra do the four corners thing, go and put the belt around her waist, and then Lyra said, "Nah, bitch, that's enough." Gave her a suplex, and then gave her finish, and we went on. Moving on to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. This was the match of the night for me. It went for 33 minutes and 35 seconds. Seth Rollins defeats Andrade El Grande Americano L.A. Knight. No. Penta and Solo Sikoa. So this is where I'm going to divulge on a little bit of a tangent. So if you guys dip out, that's perfectly fine. But if you have been paying attention to my tweets or to whatever, you know that I have been very critical of WWE's use of interference, because it's been happening every single show, every single week, and it's just the same shit, and it doesn't really progress things in the grand scheme of things. Like, how many more times are we going to see CM Punk interfere with whatever Seth Rollins is doing before we get to a conclusion? Do you understand what I'm saying? They're just doing it to just go like, okay, now you got to watch next week to see what happens, and they're notorious for doing that. They're notorious for doing that, and I understand everybody does interference, but it seems that as of late, WWE has just gone really heavy on it, and it's not just the men either; it's also the women. We saw it a lot during Jade Cargill and Naomi's build to their match at WrestleMania. And I'm gonna say right here, that the interference that we had in this match led to something that popped the crowd. Okay, so We've got everybody on ladders. Seth Rollins is to the outside, and he's begging for people to come on out, come on out. And then here comes Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They lay everybody out. And then they're getting ready to attack Solo Sikoa. And Jacob Fatu's music hits. Crowd goes banana for Jacob Fatu. And we think that Jacob Fatu has come to help Solo Sikoa secure money in the bank. And at this point, I said, if Solo wins the money in the bank, how much longer are we going to have to wait for the Jacob Fatu babyface turn? Because the crowd loves Jacob Fatu. They hate Solo Sikoa. Sorry, Solo Sikoa stands. It's the facts. It's the facts. Nobody likes Solo Sikoa. Now, let's talk about the participants. Okay. Andrade didn't think that he was going to win because WWE really hasn't been doing a whole lot with him. El Grande Americano told the story that he was basically going to get fucked over by the Luchas. Honestly, can't remember if that happened or not. I do apologize. LA Knight. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save LA Knight for last. Penta. This is Penta's first year in WWE. He's getting over. I think he's going to win the Intercontinental Championship at some point. Somewhere, somehow, he's going to win the Intercontinental Championship. And this was a botch by Tink. And again, Solo Sikoa, we already know why he didn't win. But the strong consensus on the wrestling X sphere, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I did not know that Liv Morgan got involved in that match. Okay, I kind of hate that a little more. Anyways, so LA Knight. This is where I'm going to get a lot of hate. Actually, you know what? Let me go back to Solo Sikoa real quick. Let me give Jacob Fatu his flowers. So Jacob Fatu is Solo is climbing up the ladder. So not Bronson Reed, fuck me. JC Mateo gets taken out by Braun Breaker. Solo Sikoa takes out Jesus Christ. Takes out Bronson Reed, and it's just him and Solo in the ring. Solo's going up to climb it, and at this point, I was perfectly fine with Solo Sikoa winning Money in the Bank. And then Jacob grabs his foot, prevents him from climbing up the rope. I mean, not the rope, Jesus Christ. Prevents Solo Sikoa from climbing up the ladder and securing that briefcase, and he says, I hate you, Solo, and lays out Solo Sikoa and turns babyface. Now, this is where I'm going to get on a tangent before I talk about LA Knight. Now, doing interference for the sake of having interference every show, every week, I feel is just it's lazy because it doesn't really progress the story to me. It's just there. But this interference right now Well, this interference told a story of Jacob Fatu turning on Solo Sikoa. And when you have interference that tells a story, it makes sense. And it is a good storytelling tool. Now, if you guys remember, and I don't like talking about this guy very often, but if you guys remember, and if you are old enough to remember, during Vince Russo's era of WWE, there was mass amounts of interference, and it just felt like everything was happening at 100 miles an hour. Now, back to LA Knight. And this is where probably a lot of you are going to disagree with me. Why is everyone crying for? What's going on? Why is everybody getting emotional? Hold on just a minute, folks. Everybody's like fucking crying. For what? But, come on, brain. Think. What the fuck was I just talking about? Hold on. Kathy Kelly was just crying. I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, okay. So she's just basically talking about R-Truth and got emotional. Got it. Fuck. I kind of forget what the fuck I was talking about because that really distracted me. Um, shit. Moving on. I forget what the fuck I was saying. It'll probably come back to me here in a little bit. All right, moving on. LA Knight. I saw a strong contingent saying they wanted LA Knight to win. And I am here to tell you that I attended SmackDown, not SmackDown. I attended SummerSlam last year when he won the United States Championship. And the crowd was ready for it. The crowd popped. But after that, it's felt like it's just been a downward slope. It's been a downward slope for LA Knight. He loses the title to Shinsuke Nakamura for whatever fucking reason. That title reign sucked. Wins it back, then loses it at WrestleMania to Jacob Fatu. And ever since then, well, ever since SummerSlam, I feel like SummerSlam last year was LA Knight's peak. In my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. You don't have to like it. Okay? His peak was at SummerSlam 2024, last year, when he won the U.S. title. Ever since then, you can't tell me that everything that he has done has turned to fucking gold. Yes, he still gets a crowd reaction. Yeah, the people still love him. But it's time to admit to ourselves that LA Knight is an over mid card act. He's not a main eventer. They tried that once before. I thought it was too early when they tried it, and now every time that they try it, it falls flat. I think besides Mr. Kennedy, LA Knight could possibly be the biggest what if in WWE history. I will admit, being in 3 straight Money in the Bank ladder matches and not winning one of them is really fucking shitty. And I mean really fucking shitty for LA Knight. And I'm not trying to kick the guy while he's down. I think he's an excellent talent. I loved his stuff as Eli Drake. Dummy! I loved his stuff as Eli Drake. I loved his meteoric rise as his meteoric rise from fucking Max Dupree, and then he goes to LA Knight. Has a match with Bray Wyatt, which, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, was not the best match. And unfortunately, that was his last match. So, anyways, not trying to get sad here, but who would have thought a guy that everybody wrote off? I'm not even kidding. Everybody had wrote LA Knight off after that match. They wrote him off. Who would have thought the guy that had a lights out match with Bray Wyatt would get to where he is today? Do I see LA Knight being an Intercontinental Champion and possibly a World Heavyweight Champion? Of course. I just don't see him as WWE Champion. Does that make sense? I do see him as the World Champion. I just don't see him as the face of a company. You dig? Because the yeah thing is only known in circles, like wrestling circles. Like every time you go to a show, you'll hear like three things guaranteed. Three things, maybe four, if you're lucky. Number one, you'll hear, woo! Yeah. What? This is awesome. And I'll add a fifth one. And we want tables. His time will come, and I'll be the first to be on this podcast and be like, you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong about LA Knight. Can't believe they actually did it. But I think Seth Rollins winning Money in the Bank is telling the exact story that they want to tell, that now Seth has all the power. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he could cash in on John Cena. He could cash in on Jey Uso, which everybody is predicting is going to happen on Monday. Listen, they've been heavy on the CM Punk interfering in anything that Seth Rollins does. I'm just saying. Just saying. Don't be shocked if he goes to try to cash it in and gets rejected the first couple of times. Because WWE has done that with the last few people that have won Money in the Bank. I mean, look at Damian Priest. Damian Priest held it for almost a goddamn year before he cashed in. And every time he went to go cash in, he was getting cucked out of it. And then last year with Drew went to go cash in and got cucked out of it. Well, he did cash in. Moving on to the main event, and then I will bring in a special guest. He will give his thoughts on Money in the Bank, as Triple H is making his way to the podium, probably to say that they've made record-breaking profits and yada, yada, yada. And I'm here to tell you, it can't be a record-breaking profit if you're raising ticket prices. Just saying. But anyways, the main event. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso defeat John Cena and Logan Paul by pinfall. Gonna say this right now. Ever since John Cena's heel turn, I thought it's been very lackluster, and this one showed a little bit of a glimpse that WWE has kind of steered the ship in the right direction, because this match was entertaining, and I'm not just saying that because of the R-Truth thing either. Hold on.
It goes so far back, and today is no different. So, in this building in the Inwood Dome, the partnership here is so great. This building is so incredible. The technology that is here, the fan base that will come to these events, all of it. It's a special place.
Sorry, I have the post show on, so
I love the people here.
I wanted to hear what Triple H is saying, but I'll continue and try to listen to when he gives how many people were there and all that stuff. So I thought that this main event match was the most entertaining thing that John Cena has done
For me, anyways, at least was a very special day. I think
since Elimination Chamber.
The partnership.
That's right, since Elimination Chamber.
Your acquisition of AAA with us that is in process today in partnership.
So Jey Uso took a lot of the brunt of the bumps in this match. It seemed like he was in there for fucking ever.
Incredibly impressed with the talent, with the team from AAA, how our team worked with them, and at the event that we were in.
So
I think that
we have our typical crowd popping spots of a table breaking, and I wish that they would just stop using the tables that they have, because they don't break on the first try. You gotta fucking do all this shit.
something different.
But Logan Paul, this was a cool ass spot. Cool ass spot.
Has been so deeply ingrained in the culture.
Logan Paul gets ready to go hit a buckshot lariat. I don't think he got enough air, if I'm being honest with you, but he botched it. Jey Uso just super kicks the fuck out of him. He said, "Fuck this! I ain't letting you go and try to do that again." The fuck. So everybody, we go to the outside. Cody Rhodes and John Cena are fighting. John Cena's I think it was John. I think it was John was about to put Cody through the table. Jey Uso spears him. Table doesn't break. Logan Paul does an acai moonsault, which was fucking incredible, by the way. I won't talk too much shit about Logan Paul and his botched move. I just kind of find it funny that he was talking about, how easy it is to do certain moves and all this other shit, and then he just botched his own finish, which is just crazy to me. Then Logan Paul hits an acai moonsault, breaks the table. So Jey Uso and Logan Paul are kind of out. John Cena's got the title belt, goes to hit Cody Rhodes. The title belt. And then here comes a figure in a hoodie. Spears John Cena. The figure in the hoodie takes off his mask, and it's R-Truth. And the crowd went wild. Oh, hold on. He says we're breaking a lot of records.
The last record for all-time arena gate was set here at the Inuit Dome when we were here on January 6th, and we beat that tonight. So that had held up until tonight. We passed that tonight, 5 months later. So an attendance of 17,374 live crazy fans that were here tonight. But that added into the 10,000 or so that were across the street a little earlier today. It was a hell of a day. So I'm very excited. Also set merch records. Look like from the numbers that I just saw walking in here, our ship numbers across both Peacock and Netflix were up as well. And as I'm sure all of you have seen, and we'll have more, I still have all the detail on it, but AAA did incredibly well earlier today as well across YouTube. So very excited for the whole thing and for the day. I thought tonight was...
All right, so he said 17,000. Give me 1 second. I got to go back because they took the graphic off. I was trying to get all that information at once for all of you guys. As you heard, again, WWE broke records. Again. Oh, are we really not letting me go back? It's fucking okay.
Incredibly impressed with the talent, with the team.
This was a little bit earlier on. I'm trying to figure out God damn it, shut up. Trying to figure out. It was like 17,000 and some change. They said that they broke some merch records. They broke an all-time gate at the Intuit Dome. You know how this shit works. It's business. They raise ticket prices, then claim that they broke record gates. They said that Peacock numbers and Netflix numbers internationally were up as well. Triple H also said that AAA has been doing well all day across YouTube. So that's good. The partnership is alive and well so far. But anyways, back to the R-Truth thing. R-Truth and WWE, they got all of us. They got all of us. And I'm hoping Triple H talks about it in this fucking press conference because, all right, so this is where I need to be. Fucking Christ. Oh, there it is. 17. The attendance at the Intuit Dome was 17,374, which, if you guys did see, it didn't look like there were 17,374 people there. Like I said at the beginning, there's some shit going down in LA tonight. But yeah, overall, I give Money in the Bank 7.75 out of 10. You know, I'll say 8.5. I did like this a lot more than Worlds Collide, obviously. So are we expecting a Seth Rollins cash in on Monday Night Raw? I guess we're gonna have to find out. But if you guys give me 1 second, 1 second, give me one fucking. Let me know in the comments section. So yeah, you know what? I'll just say it. I'll just recap Money in the Bank as I hopefully get my special guest in here. If not, I will end the stream here early because I don't know what else to talk about. Excuse me. So, if you're just tuning in, this is the Savage Wrestling Podcast post show WrestleMania, not WrestleMania, Money in the Bank review. Um, Naomi defeats Alexa Bliss, Julia, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Stephanie Becker to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Dominic Mysterio retained his Intercontinental Championship against Octagon Jr., which was a match that was made official at Worlds Collide. Becky Lynch defeated Lyra Valkyria to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And Lyra Valkyria had to raise Becky Lynch's hand as a result of the loss. Seth Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank and has the power in his hands. And finally, in the main event, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso defeat John Cena and Logan Paul with the help of R-Truth. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. Actually, there's one thing that I want to bring up. I forgot to bring this up when I was talking about the main event. When R-Truth revealed himself as the guy that attacked John Cena, bro almost broke down in tears by hearing the fucking crowd. I don't think he's ever gotten a pop that big. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest live from the nation of Canada. Willie,
Yo,
what's going on, brother?
not much. Just watched Money in the Bank. Well, not just, but a little bit ago.
Yeah, man. What were your overall thoughts? I just got done talking about the show, actually.
Uh, Probably the best WWE show of the year. I'd say that. Um, Not mad at all about the two winners. I know a ton of people are mad about the men's winner.
They can cry about it.
That's the thing too. The same people that told people to stop complaining about Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble are the same ones complaining that LA Knight didn't win the Money in the Bank.
What what do you want them to do? What do you want them listen, this is why I try so hard not to comment on stupid shit on X, but there's just so much stupid shit.
I know so much,
There's
but
so much stupid shit, and that's like the one thing that I've been trying to fucking hammer with this review because I took a specific time to talk about LA Knight and said his peak was at SummerSlam 2024. His time, listen, his time has passed him by. Do I see him being an Intercontinental Champion, a possible World Heavyweight Champion? Maybe, maybe. Well, right now, the World Heavyweight Championship picture looks like it's going to be in good hands. Do I see him being WWE Champion? Hell no.
no, I don't see him being a world champion. And the thing is, as well, and the thing that I try to hammer home is what if LA Knight ever became a world champion? What would
It would be the same. Listen, it would be the same thing as when. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Give me. I'm trying to think of a really good example.
Liv Morgan in 2022? Everyone wanted her to be a champion,
Perfect.
and they
Perfect.
turned on her instantly.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people can say, oh, it was because the booking of her reign wasn't good and there was no star power in that women's division. No. But why would you boo Liv because of that then?
True.
They would do the same thing to LA Knight. And that was what I was afraid of from the beginning when they tried pushing him against Roman Reigns in 2023.
I thought that when they pushed him against Roman Reigns in 2023, because that's where kind of my life kind of changed was 2023, and I wasn't really watching WWE all that much, but I was keeping up with it and everything. I was mainly watching AEW around that time, if I'm being honest.
It was pretty good in that time.
Well, yeah, that was fucking All in London, bro.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? The first All in London show? Crazy. Crazy to think about. Um, but yeah, I even thought that it was like too early to be putting LA Knight with like Roman Reigns at that point. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. But
And now ever since then, every time that they try to put him in like a main event picture, it's just never works. And you can call him the next Mr. Kennedy if you want, but that's just somebody's opinion.
yeah, and the thing is, it's like Seth Rollins actually made sense as a Money in the Bank winner because they're trying to book him as this guy who's going to hold the ultimate power and stuff like that. And especially with Raw's roster, Seth Rollins seems like the most logical choice to dethrone Jey Uso, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or they could even have him cash in on John Cena. Either way, it works with Seth Rollins. Like, I'm only
Well,
glad.
the thing is I don't see Seth going after the WWE title because he's been really focused on getting the World Heavyweight Championship back, and he's
Yeah,
made that known as a fact. Would it be cool if he cashed in on John Cena? Yeah, that'd be a fucking moment. Do I
that'd be a
see it
great moment.
happening? No.
Yeah, I don't see it happening either, but at least it would make sense if he cash in on either one. I'm only happy that El Grande Americano didn't win it. That's it. I didn't care who won, as long as
Bro,
both.
they had me ready to start yelling there for a minute. I was like, there's no way.
I when they were really hammering home about that fireball ladder, I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me that that's going to be like Chad Gable's like little
Damn it. God
thing.
God damn it, Willie.
The fire.
I was trying to avoid getting pissed. I completely forgot about this stupid ass fireball ladder, and here I am watching the post show, and there's fucking fireball all over the backdrop.
Yeah, they really wanted to hammer home that Fireball sponsoring the event.
They literally took it serious that anything in the WWE is for sponsorship. We had the Slim Jim table last night on SmackDown, which I didn't watch SmackDown, so I didn't see. I only saw it after the fact.
I only saw it
Now
on
we got the
Twitter.
Fireball ladder. What are we about to have? Well, we had a new sponsor in Cash App. They were all over the fucking place. 7-Eleven got a turnbuckle.
I was just going to mention that.
I'm trying to think here. Are we gonna have a Hell in a Cell match sponsored by fucking Mando or something? Like
Uh,
starting to get out of hand. Starting
I've
to
seen
really get
this.
out of hand.
I've seen this AI image going around of like a
Yeah,
WWE championship, bunch
the
of fucking
WWE
sponsors.
Championship with all the sponsorships.
Yep.
Yeah, the Crash of Clans or whatever the fuck that AI one was.
The AI
I,
one that called Prime like Prime or something.
Prime, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So goddamn annoying.
Oh, I did forget the coolest spot of the main event was probably Logan Paul grabbing the drone and
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes hitting the suplex and then Jey Uso finishing the job with the frogs with the splash. Oh my lord.
Then it fucked up the
But
drone
then
cam.
bro, I was trying so hard not to get upset during this main event, and then it hammered home. Fuck me, WWE is really about going viral now.
Well, that's literally it. But I actually laughed when Jay hit the Uso splash and then the drone cam just went fucking ape shit.
Yeah.
I laughed. At first, I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I actually laughed. Yeah, no, I didn't pay too much attention to the main event because I was just like, whatever. It's just gonna set up
I thought,
because it's me.
I thought my humblest opinion, this was the most entertaining match that John Cena's had as a heel, and it wasn't even for John Cena.
No, it was just because of the fact he had three other guys in there.
Yeah,
But I assume you talked already about the botched buckshot lariat by Logan Paul.
yeah, yeah. I said it's funny how somebody could say that his. Well, I found the quote and I got it wrong, but I do remember him saying somewhere that he thought that doing these moves is kind of easy.
No.
And well, I found the clip, and he said that he does like one of the most dangerous like moonsaults ever because he had posted like everybody was like sending him the video of um, super crazy, yeah, super crazy's moonsault, and he was talking about how dangerous it is. But I do distinctly remember him talking about how doing some moves could be easy. And I saw him botch, and I said, I audibly laughed, and I said, I'm not letting that fucking slide.
No,
I
it was
immediately went to X, and I said, I need the clip where fucking Logan Paul said the wrestling is easy, and I need it ASAP.
Yep. He was about to turn
This
into
is
Vince
this is
McMahon
the
tearing his
perfect.
quads.
This would be the perfect time for somebody to edit that clip and then have the. You know the fucking. I don't know what fucking theme song it is. I
What
think it's
is it?
from
Curb Your Enthusiasm?
uh
No,
that that sounds about right.
I think it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. Could be
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Larry David show. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I know the song you're talking about, but
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah. That one.
I bet someone's gonna
Or
do that this
or
morning.
you could clip that and have him botch it and then pause it and go like, this is the moment he knew he fucked up.
Or you could just do like a bones breaking sound effect, and
Yeah,
then the guy from SpongeBob,
my
my
leg,
leg.
my leg.
I
Oh,
can
brother.
definitely see
So
someone doing that.
since I got you on here, we talked about it at the beginning. What did you think of Worlds Collide?
Holy shit! It was actually pretty good. I
Yeah,
loved it.
yeah. So,
Obviously, I got Mr. Iguana as my
oh my
profile
God,
picture
dude, he is such a he is that is what I call an overnight hit right there.
for sure.
Overnight. The fucking what was that fucking move that Lindsay Dorado fucking hit on the iguana puppet?
Standing Spanish Fly. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, dude, I
That
keep seeing
fucking
that. Oh
killed
my
me.
God, dude. Listen, I don't know what it is with my X algorithm, but of I get a mix of people that are like, man, this was fucking cool, and then I get the other side of this fucking sucks. This is stupid. Why are we doing this? This is like some Japan shit.
And then you got the tribalist being like, if this happened in AEW, people would
You
complain.
know, they did that with the double devil's kiss with Lola Vice and um Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh yeah, I
You
did see
know,
that.
you
I
know,
did. Yeah, I saw that post.
my 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 horny self almost came out on an X post, and I was gonna post the GIF of that and go like, I don't know what WWE, I don't know what business WWE is, but they need to get into the cake business because my lord, these women have cake. But no,
I
I saw somebody say exactly that for that spot. They're
Yeah, I
like,
did see
somebody
someone
did
say
it in
that.
AEW. You guys fucking said it was stupid and shit all over it. Well, yeah, because the person didn't have an ass to do it with. What?
The Anna J
It was
spot.
her. No, 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 no. No, it was Mercedes Moné. She did it when Stephanie started doing it in NXT.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's why we shit on it because Mercedes Moné doesn't have cake.
Hmm.
Sorry.
But no, I really like the Vikingo and Gable match.
What is that fucking move he does?
Vikingo?
Yeah, the six. Is it a 650? What the fuck
Six
am I?
630, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, 630. I was like, what? I was like, that doesn't sound right. 650 splash. That's like almost like three rotations.
Yeah,
But nah,
six
nah.
thirty I
I
think is 3 rotations.
oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vikingo is we literally have. I can't say this because someone's gonna take it out of context. You know what? I got the PG version. Vikingo is not human. He is not of this world.
No.
There is no way somebody like that should be able to do something like that and then be able to walk away from it. Oh my lord, bro! I will say this. I will say this because this is kind of the harsh reality. We're sitting here and we're marking out over these fucking moves, but what we also don't realize is like a couple of years down the road, these guys are going to be doing conventions for wheelchairs. They're not going to be able to walk.
Yeah,
Like
that's the thing.
I have friends that loved, wrestling in the 80s when wrestling was real. And they go to these like fan conventions. We actually have one here in Ohio that brings in like a lot of legends and stuff. And it's a sad state of affairs, man. Your fucking our fucking heroes and shit aren't getting any younger.
Yeah, it's true.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
Jesus Christ, look at Mick Foley.
oh God. Yeah, remember when he said he wanted to do a comeback, and then he was like, "Nah."
100%.
Yeah, I thought it
100%.
was supposed to be like last year or something. He was supposed to have this big match, and then it was like at the last minute, he was like, "No, my doctors and my family told me no," or he
That's the
decided no.
first. That's the first time I've ever heard Mick listening to a doctor.
I could be wrong, but I know last minute he was like, "Nah, actually, I'm not doing it."
I mean,
But
I don't blame him. I don't think Ric Flair should have had a last match, but
oh, I definitely didn't think so either. But no, that trios match to kick things off was pretty good. I will say one of the weak points for Money in the Bank was Octagon Jr. versus Dom.
yeah, I said that too. But the match was only like I literally have the Wikipedia page pulled up right now. The match was 4 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yeah, it was fucking short.
Very short. And
Like
that's why I was trying to hammer home. I was trying to hammer home the point that we just need to get this Judgment Day story just kind of progressing a little bit because I
that
already
is
see
what
where this
I
fucking
thought.
dominant. Listen. I said this to my best friend, and I'll say it to you, and I'll say it to the 59 people that are watching right now. WWE, and you're not noticing it right now, but WWE is rehashing a lot of old storylines that worked in the past, and they're doing it right now with Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan is just this generation's Eddie Guerrero in China.
Yeah.
That's like the best example that I have right now. And then you bring Roxanne Perez, and she's bringing Dominic chicken nuggets, no sauce, by the way. That's crazy.
Ooh.
Hey, listen. Dominic gets chicken tendies. Mercedes gets steak with no sides, nothing. A full tray of tendies or steak with like nothing, no sides, no like steak sauce, nothing. Just a plain steak. I'm taking a tray full of tendies, and I'll go. Can I get some sauce for these? Because it's like you don't eat chicken tendies dry. That's weird. But yeah, then you add like Roxanne Perez into the mix, and we've all been seeing how Dominic's like looking at Roxanne Perez like, I want to get some of that. And
Yeah, and that's
now
the
and
thing too.
now you're starting to see Liv Morgan be around Dominic a lot more since she came back, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I noticed that.
They were at Netflix's ta-dum thing. Listen, listen. I know wrestling isn't like real life, but there is a special place in heaven for women like Dominic Mysterio's wife. Holy fuck.
She is the strongest person I have
I
ever
mean, I'm pretty sure
met.
she's been like spartaned up, like Dominic like gives her the Iggy, like, hey, this ain't real.
Yeah, she
But
definitely
at the
got
same
more like
time,
wrestling is a great part.
I'm old enough to remember the Edge, Matt Hardy, and Lita love triangle.
Oh God. Yeah.
It happens. It happens, folks. Everybody in wrestling is fucking each other. I mean, look at how many wrestlers, like female wrestlers, that we all love and adore for one reason or another, and look at their spouses or girlfriends or
Hell, look at all
boyfriends.
the people in NXT
Yeah,
who,
Stephanie Vicaire, Miles Bourne. That's crazy.
well,
Fucking
Core Jam brought back the
Thea
Lethal.
Hale's got somebody. Fucking Jordan Grace has got somebody. Fucking Rhea Ripley's got Buddy Matthews. Roxanne
Maxine.
Perez is dating somebody. Maxine Dupree's dating somebody.
Yep.
Everybody in wrestling is just fucking each other in the fun way, not in a bad way.
Dakota Kai's with Eddie Thorpe, I think.
Don't get me started, please.
And they both got released on the same day. But anyway, um,
Hey, you said it, not me. You
they
said it, not me.
gotta bring it up.
I don't need the Dakota Kai fans coming after me. I've already had to deal with the Kyrie Sane fanatics.
Oh God. But what I was gonna say was, I thought the whole point of the Dominic and Octagon match was so that way we finally got like Finn Balor getting pissed off for something, or we would have had at least a progression, because it just seemed like, okay, let's give Octagon more exposure. Nothing wrong with that, but it was like so last minute. Just have 5 matches on this pay-per-view. But yeah, this Judgment Day shit needs to end. It should have ended a year ago. Should have ended at Mania, honestly. You had the perfect like setup with Dom winning the title off Finn, and then it's like, nah, buddy, you're my buddy. We're gonna do this. No. And they're gonna wait until SummerSlam. They're gonna wait until Survivor Series, like something. And it's gonna be annoying. We're gonna have to wait another at least 2 months until we get something.
Oh, we better not be. I do not need a Grayson Waller Austin Theory breakup angle for 6 months.
Speaking of breakup angles, I'm glad they finally pulled the trigger on Jacob Fatu turning on Solo.
Hearing Jacob Fatu tell Solo, I love you. Let's go get this briefcase. I love you.
Yeah.
And then he turns and says, I hate you. Brother,
Fucking goosebumps.
brother, I'm marked out. I'm
I
marked
did
out.
too.
Listen, how many times have you seen me post in like the last few weeks to the build up of like Money in the Bank? Have I said that these shows have been fucking boring?
Oh yeah.
I don't want, listen. I don't want WWE to turn into AEW where none of the TV matters. It's just pay-per-view now. I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to watch wrestling throughout the week and be thoroughly entertained, not constantly pissed off because the show is boring. Now, another thing that I got flack for last night was they announced the men's and the King and Queen of the Ring at Night of Champions
Yeah.
live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You know what? I said at the beginning of the show isn't about politics, but fuck it. I'm high enough and I got a platform. I thoroughly believe that, Willie, this doesn't really pertain to you. I thoroughly believe that the nation of Saudi Arabia is single-handedly responsible for financing and abating Osama bin Laden, who eventually would carry out the 9/11 terrorist attacks. I mean, most of the hijackers were of Saudi Arabian descent. Sorry, I just watched American Manhunt, Osama bin Laden. What a fuck, dude. I just want to talk about that fucking documentary real quick.
Yeah.
I don't ever think I've ever watched a documentary that had me hooked from episode 1 until then. Like, if you guys don't know, Willie is Canadian. So he probably wouldn't understand the the emotional the emotional connection that everyone felt when Osama bin Laden was officially eliminated.
Eliminated and compromised to a permanent end.
What was that fucking line that the fucking
John
one of the
John
soldiers.
John Cena. We
Oh
had
yeah. John Cena. Yeah, John Cena said that, and then there was another in this documentary, which I highly recommend everybody go watch, especially if you're full-blooded American. It'll lift your spirits in the shitty time that we're currently experiencing. But one of the soldiers came over the radio. Um, oh, by God and by country, Geronimo, Geronimo, Geronimo,
oh
which was the code name that meant we got him. And at the end of this documentary, they talk about, Obama's speech and they replay Obama's speech. And I gotta tell you, as a fucking full-blooded American, I shed a motherfucking tear. I cried. I cried for like 5 minutes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I've gotten older and I've started to show empathy or like something in my timeline has like switched course or whatever, but I watch I watch 9/11 footage every year on 9/11. And for the first time this year, anything that I watch on 9/11 makes me fucking cry. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think I'm finally realizing the severity of a part of human history that I just so happen to live in. But anyways, enough about the 9/11 and sappy shit. I'm trying to think. Trying to think here. So well, not so obvious now. If the Jacob Fatu turn didn't happen here, I was definitely thinking we were getting a tease for like faction warfare with Solo Sikoa's bloodline, which by the way, the Tongans are probably coming back pretty soon. So he'll have Tonga. Let me say this with a straight face. Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. We'll have them back with JC Mateo, even though I think JC Matanza would have been fucking a way better name, but that's just me. So now I don't know what happens with Solo and JC Mateo.
well, I think this is obvious. Sorry, I think this is obviously leading to maybe SummerSlam. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the U.S. title.
Hmm.
Either that or Night of Champions. They could do it, but I don't know. Triple H only likes doing 5-match pay-per-views, so obviously not every belt's going to be on the line.
Yeah.
So either Night of Champions, SummerSlam, or like a go home SmackDown.
Ooh, that could work.
Hell, they could even give JC Mateo the next shot. I don't know.
I mean, I could already see how this next SmackDown's gonna go. JC Mateo's gonna get pissed at Solo, and he's gonna be like, "See, I told you couldn't trust him."
Yeah, and then it's going to start like a big dissension between all three of them. JC
Brother,
Mateo
the
goes off
dissension's
on his
already
own.
there. What are you talking about? What else? What else can we fucking talk about? Oh, Becky Lynch and Lyra. How did you feel about that?
Better than their Backlash match.
100%.
I thought they had good chemistry this go around.
Yes.
Didn't really like the finish, but it made sense.
The tights.
Yeah, the tights.
Yeah.
It's like all these roll-ups with these two. I just don't understand. But this
I
is
think
obviously
those two are the reason why I have the biggest bitch about Roll-ups.
Yeah, because they keep doing it.
Well, it's not even that. Like, you could get so excited to watch Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch till you're blue in the face, but once I see a roll-up, it kills it for me.
Yeah.
It brings down my energy because, again, I've been watching WCW from its very beginning, and I've seen a lot of roll-ups. A lot of roll-ups. Which, speaking of which, I'll let you finish your thought in just a second. I wanted to announce something. So, um, starting maybe next weekend, because next weekend is going to be the 28th anniversary of the Great American Bash, 1997, and it's Macho Man and DDP on top. But I think I'm going to start talking a little bit more about my WCW experience here on the channel. Now that I know how to do this login shit, just keep an eye out for that. But what were you saying, Willie? I apologize.
Well, it's all good. Like I didn't really like the roll up, but it made sense because I think this is obviously going to set up a trilogy,
Mm.
like a third match between the two on the main roster. This time Becky defends against Lyra. And then I think that's when Bailey comes back, and then we maybe get a triple threat.
Ooh.
That's what I think. Or like Bailey and Becky at Evolution for the women's IC title.
I don't think that women's evolution is going to do as well as they think it is.
I don't think so either, especially with the recent announcement.
Please don't
Nikki
remind
Bella.
me. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I do not want to talk about it. She does not exist.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
She doesn't exist. I
Oh
can't.
well,
I
only
never
Diva
liked Nikki
stands will
Bella.
come out
I
an idiot.
always hated the twin magic thing. Hate me. I don't care.
I never liked it either. I
I
like.
thought. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, they're twins." Because again, I started watching wrestling in 2010, folks. So I didn't know who everybody was at the time. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'll out myself. I was so new into wrestling that I didn't know that CM Punk was a heel champion, and I was rooting for Ryback. Yep, I will never live that down for as long as I live. That I rooted for Ryback against CM Punk.
Never rooted for Ryback once in my life.
Listen, I didn't know who Goldberg was at the time, fresh into wrestling, as I said before. And once I saw Ryback lift up two people, I thought that that was the coolest thing I'd seen since sliced bread. Not the move.
But yeah. She who shall not be named is coming back. Cool. Don't care.
Whoop-de-doo.
The Diva stands are gonna absolutely fucking
You
freak.
can look, but you can't touch. Yeah, actually, I can't touch something. It's called my remote. God, I'm gonna hate that at work. Because here's what I do. Here's what I do, okay? I have Monday Night Raw on my phone playing with my Bluetooth earbuds, but I'm still doing my job, right?
Yeah.
So I know I'm able to visualize names and faces, so I'm able to like actually visualize, oh, that's fucking Michael Cole, that's Pat McAfee talking. Oh, these are the people in the ring, and I can actually, visualize what the fuck's going on. And I guarantee you, I'm gonna hear you can look, but you can't touch, and I'm gonna grab my phone and hit mute so fucking fast. Hate
Yeah, and it's
me.
like
I don't care. I
what is
don't
she even
care.
gonna
She
do?
sucks. She
What is she
sucks.
what is she even gonna do?
Listen, Tippy time is over.
Oh. If they instantly give her a title match, dude, I'm gonna fucking
I
like
was there for the first women's evolution.
I was the longest reigning Divas
Divas
champion.
champion. Ugh.
I knocked down doors for the women's evolution. I was there when
For the
women.
women. And she taught. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but she talks exactly like that.
She does. I was there when women were only getting 2-minute matches on Raw. It
Yeah, and
was
then you got
only
a
when
boob
I
job and
left.
got an instant push. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it was only when I left that the women started getting fucking taken seriously. But let's not talk about that.
Right.
It was right when she fucking left.
Right when they left is when women's wrestling took off.
Well, sorry.
Like, I'm sorry.
When
I'm
they stopped
sorry. I'm
when they stopped
sorry.
being there full time.
I'm sorry. But these are the people that cannot claim that they sparked a women's revolution in wrestling.
No.
Lita, Trish, Molly Holly, um, Stacy Keebler. I'm just going down the list, folks, of people that I know. Who's that one
Victoria.
fucking chick? Who's that one fucking chick that was with Billy Kidman?
Oh fuck, I don't remember.
Tori Wilson. There we go.
Ah.
Tori Wilson can't claim it. Nikki Bella can't claim it. AJ Lee can't claim it. Caitlyn can't claim it. Natalia can't claim it, even though she's fucking been there since the goddamn beginning. Fucking nobody but Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Bailey, Paige.
Yeah, kind of Paige.
I'll count Paige in there. Those four women right there put women's wrestling on the fucking map.
And Sasha.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, Mercedes. Please don't block me.
Then you'd get another woman being like, I was there.
I was there in the locker room when they were planning this women's revolution.
Bailey and I went fucking,
I'm
what was
looking
it,
at you, Ava.
30,
Not,
60
I'm
minutes?
looking at you, Rosa Mendez. That's a throwback, huh?
Summer Rae.
Oh my.
Call to me, call to me. We're pissing off all the diva stands now.
What is wrong with you?
What?
Eva Marie.
Oh, God. No. Do you remember when Eva Marie in like 2016 had like those intros? And they had that announcer guy, and then he would be like, Eva Marie's stuck in traffic and cannot compete tonight. It's just like, okay,
Oh, cool.
thank you for wasting my time.
Right, right. Like, what the hell?
But yeah, anyway, she's back. Cool. What else? WrestleMania is going to be in Vegas again.
Are you trying to get me heated?
I mean, it's
Listen,
something.
listen. As long as WrestleMania 42 ends better than WrestleMania 41 did, I will come on this show and eat my words and say, you know what? I was wrong. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do when WWE is raising their ticket prices?
Oh God, and that's the only reason why they're doing it, because it was supposed to be in New Orleans. Not anymore.
Yeah, it's because and here's the thing. It's not just WWE either. Everybody is taking a hit. The concert marketplace, I've seen countless bands go like, "Hey guys, tickets aren't really selling. We're gonna have to cancel the show. We can't afford it."
Yeah.
Like there are bands out there not named Metallica, Pantera that kind of struggle to sell out shows, and they have to do what you got to do. And I did see a lot of people talk about because Russell Tix posted this, and it said that there was like one ticket left for Money in the Bank,
Yeah, I
and I
saw
was
that.
like, oh shit, sellout. And then the show started, and I was like, where's all the people?
At first, I thought it was like most people went to Worlds Collide and they were like still in the hotel rooms and they were late or something. Nah, those seats were empty the entire show.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought a bunch of people got like
Well,
two
well,
tickets for both shows.
here's the thing you don't know, actually. Because, you being up in Canada and all. So, before even Worlds Collide kicked off, on my news feed, I was seeing videos of um, anti-ICE protests going down in the LA area. And I was like, oh shit, WWE's having a AAA show in fucking LA, and all of these fucking anti-ICE demonstrations are taking place at the same time as Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. Like right before Money in the Bank was, I think, right before the main event, it had come out that President Trump had called in the National Guard. So that could
Oh,
also be a reason why there wasn't a whole lot of people. I'm not trying to. Oh, James is in the chat. He said there was a protest that broke out into a riot.
oh God, it's gonna be the LA riots again.
It's just the thing is I understand why people are pissed off about the mass deportation stuff, but also at the same time, if they're here legal. But moving on, but that's what I'm kind of holding accountable for if there were people missing in the crowd that bought a ticket and couldn't go. Like, there's a literal riot. Not really a safe place to be.
Yeah, that's true. But Naomi winning, I felt like she deserved it.
Hmm.
Money in the Bank.
I wanted, of course, I'm an Alexa Bliss stan, so anything that they put her in, I'm instantly chewing up. I wanted either Roxanne Perez or Alexa Bliss. I thought that you've either put it on Roxanne Perez because that would make sense, because then she could go back into the Judgment Day locker room and go like, "Look what I did," and then Dom would be like, "Oh shit," and then Liv would look at her and go like, "You're not even supposed to be here." I thought that that's where they could have went. But they went with Naomi, which I did say she deserved it more than Rhea Ripley. Sorry, it's the truth.
Oh, she did. She deserved it way more than Rhea Ripley.
I mean, listen. She has been busting her ass off for the last, what, 4 or 5 months since Elimination Chamber?
Yep.
She took a loss to Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. But yet, I see people just bitching. She didn't deserve it. I wanted Rhea Ripley to win her. I wanted Stephanie the Care to win.
Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer that just got there.
Just got on the main roster. Same thing with Julia. Same thing kind of with Roxanne Perez. This was basically a showcase for those three women and then Naomi to win the Money in the Bank.
And the thing is, like, we kind of said this about like LA Knight winning. Like, what if Stephanie, Julia, or hell, even Roxanne won? Oh, it was too soon. They're being over pushed. They're being shoved down our
This
throats.
women's Money in the Bank match sucks. This show sucks.
Yeah.
This show's trash. Worst writing ever. Sorry, Rhea Ripley fans. Did your Goon Queen not win? Cry me a river.
Yeah, the same woman who was literally shoved down our throats for the past 3 years.
Listen, she was the face of the women's division. It's time for somebody else to kind of take the reins. And I kind of see Stephanie being in that position, obviously for reasons.
Her assets.
Yeah, emphasis on ass.
Yep.
Sorry, I don't mean to. You know what? We're both going to horny jail. Both going to horny jail. Da. So yeah. I could see Stephanie being the face of the women's division, obviously because of her assets.
What did he
Assets.
say? What did he say?
And it was obvious Julia wasn't winning either because she's been clearly going after the women's US belt,
Yep.
which is like good for her. At least it's someone other than anyone in the secret Hervis. Did you see that post where it's like all of Zelina Vega's opponents, like the last
Yeah.
couple
It's
matches?
been the Secret Harvest and Chelsea Green.
Yep.
Crazy.
Everyone in the secret Hervis besides like one tag match, but it was like with Charlotte Flair and a triple threat. It was either a triple threat or a tag. It was like
Oh, it
with
was the
Charlotte
Money in the
Flair.
Bank qualifier.
Oh yeah, it was Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Like the okay, great variety.
Oh, I know what I was talking about. WWE announced the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. Apparently, there's going to be like what a fucking fatal four-way or some shit.
Yeah, the first round's gonna have like a fatal 4-way,
What the
and then they'll
fuck?
go to the semifinals, and then the finals will be a
What?
Night of Champions. It's gonna be 3 rounds.
Well, I guess that's a way to fucking get to the finals before, well, to get to the finals at Night of Champions. God, these shows are gonna suck dick.
It's gonna be a great way to like rush the tournament to like Night of Champions. Because when's Night of Champions even? Like late June?
I think it's in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's like June 27th, 28th. Could be wrong.
James says he likes your profile picture, by the way.
Thank you, Mr. Iguana, future goat.
You know what? Hold on. Is he still in here?
Gotta love Iguana.
Oh shit, I didn't realize I was jumping in.
Well, you were sitting in guest. I didn't know if you just wanted to chill and
I was
whatever the
just being
fuck. I mean, I was
listening.
getting ready to say if Willie's got anything else to say, I was getting ready to end it because I'm ready to go play Xbox.
No, man, no, you're fine.
Oh,
A new season of Fortnite just dropped.
That's still going.
that's disgusting. Willie, stop.
What?
Play Marvel Rivals and then come talk to me. God, I can't stand that game sometimes.
I don't know, I just got here. The only thing I really liked was the Worlds Collide show. I really enjoyed
Oh,
that.
what didn't you like about Money in the Bank?
I thought it was an alright show.
I didn't watch it. I actually did.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Well, stay off of X if you don't want it spoiled. If you do want it spoiled, go ahead, go on X.
Nah, that's a weird thing because he knows about the whole shit. About my little rant last show.
Oh yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that seems like a good place to call it a night. This has been your Money in the Bank post-show review from the Savage
10
Wrestling
stars.
Podcast. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think I've ever watched a perfect pay-per-view, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Savage Wrestling Podcast. I'm Aaron Baker. Y'all gonna say your names?
I'm
Am I
James.
am I
I
gonna say
didn't
this
know
shit?
you were doing. I didn't know we were all doing our names.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It would be kind of a dick move if I was just like, I'm Aaron Baker. This has been the show. Peace out. Fuck these two. Bye.
Yeah, well, no, I'm so used to be like, I'm Aaron Baker. That's Willie. That's James. See ya.
He
Oh,
used him on outro.
listen, bro. Guys,
Yeah, I thought
I'm
you were
on
going to say
really.
all of our names. Otherwise, I was just going to say my name.
I am stoned right now. Take the kindness
No, why?
and
Thank
shove it in
you.
your ass. Yeah, I'm Aaron Baker. That's Willie, all the way up in Canada. James is somewhere in the world. I'm not going to give out his current location. He is at a secret CIA black site in Guadalajara, Mexico. This has been the Savage Wrestling Podcast. Bye.
Tonight, the rain is falling. The man I need, the